The executive boardroom has always been a place of high stakes and hard data, but today, an invisible disruption is dismantling the historical definition of the professional at the speed of a software release cycle. This chart tracks data from the McKinsey Global Institute on generative AI. It shows a sharp spike in professional anxiety, specifically among executives whose daily tasks cross a 30% threshold of being replicable by an algorithm. When generative models can produce first drafts or financial projections indistinguishable from those of a competent junior analyst, the professional category itself begins to erode. We are seeing a structural identity crisis, where the sum of one's competencies is no longer enough to define their role. The psychologist Erik Erikson defined the crisis of role confusion. We usually see this in early development, but it is now manifesting in seasoned professionals, triggered not by internal change, but by technological disruption. AI is effectively automating the undifferentiated middle of professional labor. By handling the 30% of tasks that previously required a generalist's touch, it removes the economic floor for average performance. Generic competence is no longer a viable career strategy. Its market value is trending toward zero. Surviving this era requires a move away from the undifferentiated middle. The only sustainable path forward is a sharp pivot toward highly specific, structural value, the exact kind of synthesized human contribution that an algorithm cannot replicate. Strategic differentiation is the only effective counter to this commoditization. You must ground your professional identity in something AI cannot replicate. Harvard Business School strategist Michael Porter observed that genuine competitive advantage comes from doing different things, rather than just doing the same things as competitors. Peter Drucker applied this logic to the individual, noting that most people think they know what they're good at, but they are usually wrong. He argued that a person can only perform from a position of strength. We call this the signature contribution model. It is the specific archetype-anchored value that you produce better than anyone else in your context. It is the intersection of your unique delivery mode and the specific category of professional friction you are most equipped to resolve. Naming and structuring this signature contribution allows you to use generative AI as a targeted amplifier. It ensures the technology extends your most distinctive assets, rather than just making you more prolific in areas where your value is already undifferentiated. This transformation requires more than self-awareness. It requires a concrete technical architecture that bridges your professional identity with your daily output. This diagram shows the Archetype-Aligned AI workflow stock, a deliberately engineered ecosystem of tools designed to replace ad hoc AI usage with an organized 3-layer sequence. The generate layer sits at the base. It is designed to absorb high-volume, low-leverage mechanical tasks like first drafts and data aggregation that consume your cognitive bandwidth. Above that is the manage layer. This section uses automated pipelines to route information and maintain your operational systems, drastically reducing administrative overhead. The amplify layer is the apex. This is where AI extends your unique signature contribution to new scales of impact, generating asymmetric returns. Most professionals simply use AI to produce their average quality output faster. This uninspired approach only accelerates their own professional commoditization. Elite leverage is only achieved when the technical stack is engineered to scale the human archetype. You automate the bottom layers to give the top layer, your unique contribution, unprecedented reach. Moving from theory into actual tactical execution requires a ruthless, objective audit of your physical corporate environment. Professional transformation is a structural realignment of your activities, relationships, and environment. It is not an attitude adjustment. It is an architectural redesign of your working time. Many executives fail because of organizational archetype mismatch. This is the chronic tension that occurs when a company's cultural and structural demands actively oppose your natural operating mode. Resetting this alignment requires the 90-day sprint protocol. This timeline provides the structural scaffold for transformation, moving sequentially through clarity, redesign, and full deployment. To succeed, this sprint must be anchored by strict social accountability and measurable external outcomes. Insight only becomes structural change when it is validated by the stakeholders in your professional context. Executives who synthesize their identity now will extract disproportionate value from next-generation AI career tools. Systems modeling professional identity only benefit those with an authentic, synthesized dataset to feed them. Henry David Thoreau famously noted that most men lead lives of quiet desperation. But that desperation is not mandatory. It can be bypassed by boldly engineering your professional environment. AI rewards professionals moving with identity-backed clarity. As generic labor is automated away, knowing precisely what you are becomes your ultimate professional edge.